It won't be long till the fawns around, just a couple of weeks. Welcome, friends. Welcome to the foothills of the Smoky. Another chapter of As the Ridge Turns. Now, it's a virtual jungle here. We've had some good rain here. It's a little rainy morning this morning. Nice and wet. And everything is growing up so nice. And here at the pond, it's doing real fine. Animals is moving around real good. So it ain't long, like I said, till we see them fawn. I hope they have a good year this year. So relax, take it easy. Let's see what stepped in front of the cameras this week. So, here we go. Well, out in the woods, the turkey are still roaming around awful well. I hear one gobble every once in a while when I'm back in these woods. And they're still looking around. And the deer, you're liable to see them anywhere. They're heavy with fawn here. It won't be long, few weeks. Out on the ridges here, they're nervous though. Never seen no coyotes this week on the film. And there's old Yaller moving across the ridge. I guess he's doing him some hunting this morning. There's a little young buck moving through on the trail. And down at the pond, now they come and go. They like this water hole. And the turkey, they're always around it somewhere. And it's growing up so thick though. You can see here, you barely see back in there. There's a big old turkey at the edge of that pond, in the shade. And there's the coon still out during the day sometime. Must be a mommy coon. And back in their old rocks, there's little old Chucky. He's watching out for old Yaller, I'd say. And there's Woody, the old wood thrush. Gotta make his appearance. Most beautiful bird in the woods. And the deer, they just forage all across this ridge. Over here, over there, just wherever they mosey around to, feeding on these sprouts and these leaves. And look at this squirrel. He had to slide in front of the camera. But watch this. He'll turn around and moonwalk backwards. Ha! Life, that was funny. And the old coon out in the day, he's still making his rounds, or she is. Don't see them often during the day, but they do in the spring. And there it is in the acorns there, digging around. That ain't no female, that's an old young male. But then there's old Yaller too, easing through there. Still hunting. But when old Yaller's away, old Chucky will play. He's wanting them acorns. And there's old Dirty Dan. Where he's been out feeding, he's heading up towards the motel. Now this turkey hen don't have no tail feathers. It sure don't. And there's the old coon during the day at the rock. And old Dirty Dan just scratching around here. Just hanging around taking it easy. Scratching, feeding. He's comical. And the deer, they got to visit every once in a while. Here's a young buck. I guess he's just foraging. Let him up here. They forage anywhere they seem to want to go. And there's old Ricky the squirrel. Loves his perch. Come night, there's the old coon coming off the den trees on the ridge. The big timber. Moving on. The whole family's on the move. They got stuff to do. And they got to say hi to the cameras as they move on through. Can't help themselves. Out foraging around. What's up tonight? Moving on through. And there's old Willie moving up a little rock trail there. But here's his buddy behind him. Bless its heart, it's handicapped. But it's hanging in there, moving around, following Willie around. Bless its heart. Here it is going by the log here. Just dragging itself around. I know they have a hard time. There's Willie again. And you know who that is. There's old Warbrush tail. Spike, he's out in the woods. There's Mr. and Mrs. Rocky coming off the motel. Moving on. And there's old Willie. He's in the bushes. I guess he's cleaning himself up here, getting the bugs off of him. After a good thrashing in the bush, it's time to go lay down, I guess. He's going to the motel. And here is a strange picture of a coon going under the rock. My goodness. Now, I don't know, this looks like wishbone, because it don't have that streak on the tail, or that would be flat top. It's all film. And there's old Rocky too moving across the ridge. And down at the pond, you know they're there. They got to check out this camera. But this is their favorite place right here, the pond. They'll dig at it all night long. Something don't run them off. They love this place. Well, come daylight, they're still here. Still foraging around. It's daylight early now. But the whole family's still running around. There's Mr. and Mrs. Rocky running through. Elsewhere, out in the woods, there's a fox at daylight up on the ridge. The only one I filmed this week. Making his round. And there's a little old lonely Tom. But he's getting ready to call here, and the camera cut off. Bad timing. And there's the hen. So they're still working. Still looking for these hens. And these deer, they forage all the time. This looks like a yearling here at the motel at daylight. But they move on through all day long foraging in these woods. But it's time for the squirrels. They got their own business. They don't care what them deer's doing. They got to find these nuts. So comical. And they know where they're at too. so relaxing to watch them. Little acrobats. Well, that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week. So I hope you enjoyed. So I want to say God bless. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.